Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm going to show how to mount a new Kahles K540i. This is a completely new scope of this year on a Sauer 202 standard. So as you probably know, we received emails and comments on this channel from people who wish to see what is the best option to mount their optics on different rifles, and we got this email from Mehmet. He says that he has a Sauer 202 with a MIK Picatinny rail on top, and he would like to mount an optics that is Kahles K540i on top of it. He posted this on our webpage on this specific Picatinny rings, so he's already decided on which scope rings to put on his rifle. He would just like to know if the lowest version, so the BH 10 millimeters, is sufficient, or if he should choose any other option. So you know, Sauer 202, it's a rifle which was produced from 93 to 2015. I presume that Mehmet is from Germany because they're really common rifles there, and Sauer 202 is also considered by many as one of the best rifles that Sauer produced. So it's really interesting that they're gaining their price. So the price is already rising of these rifles, but it is a quite, I would say, unconventional scope chose to put such a tactical scope on top of such rifle. But that's the way the customer wants to have this scope mounted, so let's check it out. So let's say Sauer 202. He didn't specify anything, so I presume he's talking about the standard version, because otherwise he would say Magnum, because these rifles, they were produced with two different lengths of action, and I will just choose a normal, I would say 3006. That was a very common caliber in this rifle, and that means it has a standard length of its receiver, or of its housing. So okay, so we have this rifle, and then he wants to put a Kahles scope on top. So we will go with rifle scopes. We will choose Kahles, and we will search for K540i. So this is, and you will see this scope is quite huge on this rifle. Unfortunately, we don't have the MIK rail in the system, but any other rail is more or less the same on this rifle, so we'll just take an AirTac rail, and then we would aluminum steel, this one. So we see the system already gives us 10 millimeter of height is going to be enough, but what we will see is that the scope is really big for this rifle. I'll just change the background light. So it's really huge scope, and you can see that the eye relief is definitely not okay with this scope and this rifle. So I will move the mount as forward as possible, and also the scope as forward as possible, and we're still okay. It is, I would say, manageable, but it's far from optimal. So the first question, what Mehmet was writing, is if the 10 millimeter height of this rings is good enough. It is, because you have more than enough space. Even if you would find rings with 6 millimeter BH build height, which will still work. It is, however, true that you will have a quite short eye relief on it. So honestly speaking, this scope is too big for this rifle. It's not optimal, because this is a hunting rifle and you have a huge tactical scope, which usually goes in rifles with a flat top Picatinny rail on their entire length. But all in all, the rings will work, and you can still mount it like this. Maybe you can put more inserts between the stock and the stock cap to prolong the rear part of the stock, and then it would work. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any similar dilemma or issue, send us an email and we'll try it in our configurator. And if you wish to try it by yourself, please subscribe on the link below in the description of this video. And we presume that this tool will be live either at the end of this year or at the beginning of the next one for the general public. So thank you for watching. See you next time.